My name is Zach Kaplan. I'm a senior broadcast journalism major here at Penn State. I'm originally from Needham, Massachusetts, which is a suburb of Boston, and I want to be a sports anchor or reporter when I graduate. I think I always knew that. I think being a 5-year-old kid and watching the Red Sox win the World Series for the first time in 86 years, I think seeing the Patriots' success over my childhood and just being there firsthand, going to championship parades, seeing how crazy Boston can get and New England can get over their sports teams, for me, was what attracted me to sports. And the biggest thing was I realized at an early age how much it costs to go to sporting events, especially on a consistent basis. But then I saw the guys up in the booth, and they're not paying anything. They're being paid to call those games, to be at those games, covering them, broadcasting them, working pre and post game on a radio medium, on a TV medium. And for me, that was something that stood out to me right away, is that you don't need to have season tickets to all the teams if you're there on a work capacity, being paid to be there. That was the biggest thing. Just guys who are paid to be at Fenway Park on a nightly basis, at the TD Garden, at Gillette Stadium, and understanding that at Penn State there is sort of a path to being able to cover all the different teams on campus, 31 varsity sports at the Division I at the Big Ten level for the most part, and that was what set Penn State apart for me, and it came from certainly that Boston fandom, listening to broadcasters growing up, the voice of the Patriots, Gil Santos, Don Orsillo when he used to call Red Sox games, Mike Gorman's been calling Celtics games since Larry Bird was on the court. For me, it was listening to those guys and the realization that they're getting paid to be at the games and to travel with the team and to crisscross the country with the team. That's what really stood out to me and made me want to get into this. Here at Penn State, I've been really involved with Com Radio as a sports director, with the Center County Report this fall as a reporter and anchor both on the sports and on the news side, as well as 46 Live, which handles the live stream coverage of the Penn State Dance Marathon every year. I've been lucky to be involved in that. I've worked with Student Council here, doing social media for them in the past, and I've been able to sort of participate with a lot of different extracurricular opportunities here at Penn State that have really been able to enhance my experience, show me what I like to do, show me what I don't like to do, and sort of build what I want to do for a career off of those choices. I've been really fortunate enough to have that experience. And I think it's understanding the best practices. We're lucky at Penn State that we have so many guests that come in from ESPN, from around the sports world. From my perspective, we're also lucky that we have good relationships with alumni. I was talking on the phone just a couple hours ago to an alumni in my field who I've been able to get meaningful advice from based on how to make a demo reel, based on what I should and shouldn't do on air. I think Penn State does a really good job of that, but it's building those connections while you're here as well. That's not something that everybody's doing. And that's one of my biggest pieces of advice to people who come here, is that you have to take advantage of those avenues, of the guests that Penn State brings in, wherever they come from in the sports world, and you need to take advantage of the alumni that have come from this college, are in the industry, and see what's worked for them and what hasn't, and base your decisions off of the feedback you get from them. I don't regret for a second coming to Penn State. I think some people see it as a big school, but the thing about Penn State, and particularly in this major itself, is as a broadcaster, you still are able to make those connections, are able to talk to alumni and create those faculty connections that you would want at a smaller school.